Hello, hi there. This is Carolina again. I'm trying to touch bases regarding Saturday's class. I want to mention that the class will start sharply at 3 and finish at 5. The thing is that I already sent an email to you regarding the texture if you want to add texture. And this is the second one about how to transfer your drawing that is attached to the email after you register, and also how to add an underpainting to your surface. It can be whether you decided to use a texture, just in this case, or if you decide to go to a plain paper, sanded paper like this. It works either way. You decide which way to go, but have in mind that adding texture is gonna give you an extra hurdle or an extra things to work with. So first of all, this is the texture I created, and it's white. You might have already have a texture created, and you might have some color. In this case, you can see it's an orange color. You can use yellow, orange, and this I'm gonna use an azo yellow for this one. So here I have the texture, but I don't have the underpainting yet. Especially having texture, I highly recommend you to add an underpainting, because with all these crevices and it's very difficult to reach with the pastel, and it's going to be a little bit challenging when you need to cover that white is showing through. So it's nice to have. So we are painting these black eyes, Susan, and they are happy, sunny colors. So that's why I want to add very warm, happy colors. I like these. It can even be a little bit darker. So that's the first thing for the underpainting. So let's suppose that it's already dry, and ta-da, it's here. Regarding transferring the drawing. Okay, so you can free draw it, but you can also print it and transfer. So the question might be, how will I transfer? Okay, you're gonna positioning the paper on the lower part of your sanded paper, so you have a nice negative space here. Some of my students were asking, should I do only D3? Perfect. If you do, sometimes less is more. It's better to concentrate on those three. Usually in composition, groups of 3 works better. So that's why if you have a bigger area or you want to add this one, you can add, but I added this one, but it's going to be just to add more color. In this case, I'm working with a square composition. So you can still transfer the same thing, a little negative space, or you can transfer these 3 and put this one a little bit towards the right. So I will show you how to transfer. You position the paper. It's always good to tape it, because if it moves and you transfer several lines and you don't know which one is the right one. So you can use carbon paper. That is carbon paper that you can buy in any office store, maybe even I don't know, big supermarket. I don't know, but the office store has it. You can use the artistic transfer paper. That is this Saran transfer paper. It's a little bit softer. As you can see, this comes in a roll. But we are artists and we want to be creative too. We create solutions in an artistic way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move these a little bit here, I guess, or there. So I'm gonna paint the back with a dark volume, and then with a pencil, I'm gonna go over my drawing, and that is how it's gonna transfer. Can you see that? So wherever I have that pastel here is gonna transfer. Okay, that's another way. Otherwise, you slide the carbon paper and transfer. Always double check that the carbon paper is the dark side down, and you transfer the main elements. Okay, there you go. So since I have a square composition here, I would move this one a little bit lower here, and maybe this one a little bit that way. So if that happens, and even if you're not planning to do it, I will highly recommend to have this done before the class, because usually when we paint, things tends to grow and we lost the shape, and this is a good way to keep the size and the shape in place. So as you can see, I make a copy of this. I cut it out. Yes. So now I have the same flower here. And what I can do, if you don't want to, so I can, and you can move it the way you want to move it, and you can come and do it. Usually, I'm using a pencil. I don't usually use a pencil. I use a charcoal rather than, or a pastel to transfer it, at least to have the main elements positioning. Then you can work a little bit closer to the shape, and that depends also how good it was you use the scissors, right? So this is about transferring. So we'll ask you, please, before the class, have your background with texture. If you want it, it has to be done the night before. Without texture, perfectly well, it will work perfectly well. But also stain or underpaint your surface, either the sanded paper or the paper that already have the texture. Maybe you already incorporate the texture as I show you in the other video, and that's fine. Otherwise, remember, at the beginning of this video, I have it white and I tinted it. And then transfer and keep your copies. This for the drawing, we can always check the drawing. This for the value map, and of course the reference. So we'll see you Saturday. Bye.